Guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here in my flat in Rochester and I'm waiting for a Tesco home delivery. My name is Crystal and I'm a single woman. I'm waiting for the Tesco home delivery today and I'm just going to put my Alexa on because I was talking to my mum on the phone and I had music on, so I switched it off. So, right guys, so I tell you what's been happening so far. So, at some point I know I'm going to have to ring the police or get somebody to deal with this, what's going on. But for the moment, I wouldn't say my life is in danger, but something funny's going on. I got up this morning and my son asked me if I was okay. Me, Crystal, because my mum Jennifer is in Chatham. And I said, yes, I am okay, thank you. Then I got ready to take the rubbish out to the communal bin downstairs, and all the bed frames were taken in a lorry yesterday, so the fire hazard's gone, which is a good thing. Just an ordinary white lorry pulled up outside the disabled woman's flat downstairs, and some guys took the bed frames away in a lorry. I was in my flat, locked indoors with the windows shut, because I have been feeling really hot lately and I've been wearing shorts, and there's been some unsavoury men in and out of the building, so I've got trousers on today. So I had the Interflora pink box, I had a big black bag full of rubbish, and I had Max under my arm, but I wasn't holding a camera. No, because I was very tired when I got up this morning and I couldn't be bothered with it, so I haven't filmed anything outside this morning, nothing. I was very, very tired and my right leg was painful because I'd actually pulled a glass splinter that must have been stuck in my heel of my foot for about a few months, because there was a big round lump in the back of my leg because I wondered why my foot was hurting. And then I dug around in it and I pulled out a glass splinter. So that's why my foot's been hurting. I trod on something and a foreign body had got stuck in my foot. So I pulled a glass splinter out before I went out this morning, out of my foot. So there was two cleaners in the bin store. There was the black bearded cleaner messing around with a blue bucket. And he was in the way of the dustbin. He was in the way of the dustbin and I had my arms full. And he didn't speak. Normally they say good morning. He didn't speak. He didn't help me lift the bin lid up. He just stood there and then I went good morning and then he walked past and walked off. So I put mats down, I put the cardboard box down, I put the bin bag down, and I lifted the lid up and I put the Interflora box in the blue recycle bin because it's cardboard, right? I put the black bag in the bin store and then I walked out. But I said good morning first because I'm polite. When I see people I recognise, and he has spoken to me in these flats before, he's been really polite, he's opened the door and he's been a really polite bloke, but he just ignored me and he walked off. And the blonde lady was by the bin store as well. Now the neighbour upstairs has gone out. The short stocky guy with the black hair has gone out in his Ford Mondeo, right? Because I'm a woman, I'm on my own. And you start to get, when people are rude and ignorant and they ignore you, you start to get annoyed and upset. So I spoke to somebody, and because I stand back and I count to 10, or I speak to somebody and they calm me down now. I don't get cross, but because I was getting irritated and upset by people's rudeness. It's not nice. Because I said good morning, which is something I don't normally do, but I said good morning. because they were just blanking me as if I wasn't there and standing in my way. So I walks across the road and I go on to the Rochester Riverside field, and I'm walking around the field. There's absolutely nobody on there. Remember, I'm writing a diary. It's all going down in the diary, so they can't get away with what they're doing, because I'm putting it down in the diary in case I need to go to the police, which I think I'm going to have to before long. Because they're doing reckless, dangerous things and I don't want to get run over. So I'm taking down number plates. Number plates. And you shouldn't be stupid and try and run me over and then drive off and then go and park outside your house. Because that's what someone nearly did. Drove a car right behind my back, close to my legs, and then drove off when he could have driven down Corey's Road. He could have driven down the main road, but he decided to slowly follow me behind the flats in his white car and then look as if he was going to run me over, but he drove off round that way. So don't drive outside your house and try and knock me down, because I'll take down your number plate. White car, male driver. Got onto the. I was having a conversation, so my phone conversation was being listened to. I was telling my buddy about my doctors telling me off for not for putting my prescription in 3 days too early on my birthday. And my doctor is of ethnic descent, and his name is Reg. So my buddy said, "Who's your doctor?" I said, "His name is Reg." Next thing I know, I've got a white car with a man that looks like my doctor driving behind my back very slowly. When he could have come down the main road of Corey's Road, what was he driving? Down the side streets, the back of people's flats, behind my back very slowly. He didn't wait for me to get out of the way either. Just come across as an arrogant driver. Yeah, I was talking to my buddy about Reg, my doctor, and my doctor's telling me off on my birthday. My doctor's, Maritime Health, telling me off on my birthday. Maritime Health yesterday, 11:52. I'd just gone out, and I was buying myself birthday presents. My doctor's surgery texts me at 11:52 when I was in Hobbycraft, and the woman asked me my surname. She said, the lady in Hobbycraft, Janine, said, "Have you got an account with us?" I said, "Yes, I have." She said, "Can you tell me your last name, please?" That's next door's dog barking. That's next door's dog barking. So I said Marshall. Now that Australian guy who threatened me, he also threatened Brian Harvey some years ago. Death threats to me and Brian Harvey. This Australian guy called me Marshall on Facebook. So I don't know who's doing this, but it's getting quite serious now. An Australian guy gave me and Brian Harvey a death threat a couple of years ago. Accused me of something I completely didn't do. And he called me Marshall. So, dear Miss Marshall, part of your prescription request has been rejected, as it is too early. Please order no more than 7 days before the medication is due for regular repeat medications, and no more than 3 days before it is due for controlled drugs. Thanks, G. Sage, sage, which is a herb, S-A-G-E, sage, Maritime Health Partnership. So they've rejected my prescription because they said I've ordered it too early. Now I'm going to look at I looked at my medications actually. I looked at them. So I got my prescription from Boots Pharmacy on the 25th of August. So I ordered my prescription, I believe, around the same time. So it would have looked like I'd got no money, no birthday presents, nothing to eat in my flat, and my doctors text me telling me off that I've ordered my prescription too early. Now I've had several messages from that doctor's surgery. When I first went to see Reg, he was texting me almost every day of the week, and that's unusual for a doctor's surgery, isn't it? Being too friendly. So I, just being careful. He was taking too much of an interest, and he left me in the room by myself with his iPhone hanging around, and I'm not a thief. He left me in the doctor's surgery for over 5 minutes, and he left his mobile phone by the computer screen. He had a new iPhone, and I'm not a thief. You shouldn't leave patients unattended. You should say to them, please can you wait in the waiting room, because I'm going to be a while. But he didn't. He left me in the doctor's surgery with all his personal belongings hanging about. They shouldn't do that. It's to protect both them and the members of the public. They shouldn't leave you alone in a room, especially with sharps needles and things like that around, or scissors, because someone that's suicidal could actually kill themselves. And they've done that to me in that doctor's surgery more than once. So I'm being very careful. I don't trust the doctors. And someone was listening to my conversation when I was walking around the field just now. They were. They absolutely were. This is why I'm taping everything that's going on and watching things. My mother also called me whilst I was on the field after that white car came at me. Came at me really slowly, wouldn't have done any damage. But that's not the point, is it? Whether they're trying to film things or do things.
So hoping you're having a good day so far. Today being a Thursday here in the United Kingdom of England. Okay, Janessa, have a lovely day. I'll phone you again later on. Bye for now. Take care.
I rang my mum up after that phone call. I've just rung my mum up, and she said, goodbye, Ginestra, at the end of the call. Goodbye, Ginestra. And that guy had come up behind my back. Now she's saying Ginestra, and I don't know what she's doing, but I've done nothing wrong, and she's Jennifer. I'm Crystal, right? I won't be victimised, I won't be blackmailed, and I won't be bullied. If someone's got something to say it to my face. If you think I've done something wrong, report me to the police. But don't fucking send out witch hunters to knock me over. Because if I get back up, they will be sorry. If you've got a problem, don't you do things behind my back. I know what's happened to my dad and my sister, and I'm being very careful. I take down number plates and see where these people are coming from. I'm not my dad who sat in the corner and was told what to do. And remember that. And we know one of his workers called Patrick spoke to my dad like dog shit. Patrick. And my mother's housing crew as well, coming out to my dad and telling him he was going to be evicted. I witnessed that as well. It's not funny. Goodbye, Ginestra. I don't know what's going on. I get a message, are you okay? I pulled a piece of glass out my foot last night. I've got a sore foot, but I'm okay. I'm fit as a fiddle. And I'm not taking any bollocks from anyone. As I came off the field, that car was trawling behind my back. She's telling me have I had a good day. And normally, that's how you meet people. You start shouting. They get out the car, oh, and then the next thing you know, you're being taken into their flat and accosted. No! Not stupid, you know. My son talked to me this morning. I'm not bloody stupid. He's told me what's been going on. That's how they trick you into bed. You have an argument with someone, then my dad did it to me. You have an argument with someone, then they've got all their hands all over your body. Oh, and then you end up in their bed. So I'm being very careful. I've got a Tesco's delivery coming today. And my next door neighbour's in next door. She's in. And she's got a dog that's loud. My next door neighbour's in next door. Because a lot of the time I'm on the first floor all by myself, dealing with sometimes very cross delivery drivers. I came back into my flat and someone had called my phone. And it's a malicious number. It's a scam number. It's Welsh. It's a Welsh number and it rips you off if you've got a landline phone. So anybody receiving calls from a certain number, 029, it's Welsh. So it's someone that's all over the country. And remember my mum said she was calling from the United Kingdom, and I've just had a phone call from Wales. And the number is 029 226 45526. Now it doesn't, if you call it back on a mobile, it doesn't work. It didn't work. But if you ring back on your landline, it takes money off you. It's a scam. So someone's trying to scam me out of money. But I haven't got a landline phone. My mum has, I haven't. Dangerous numbers from Cardiff. It's a dangerous number from Cardiff. You guys don't believe me? Dangerous numbers from Cardiff, Wales. Who called me? Suspicious call alert. Our records indicate a significant number of searches and calls associated with this phone number. It's a potential spam number. Someone trying to con me out of money. I haven't got a landline phone, thank goodness. So you're not fooling an old lady. You're not fooling an old woman. I've had someone take money out of my bank account for car insurance. That was fraud. My bank didn't tell them off. They just refunded my money to my bank account because I reported it. But these scammers get away with it. They're raking in thousands, millions of pounds by scamming, a lot of the time, elderly, vulnerable people. Again, the police do nothing. They just go, call the fraud team. And they don't do anything. The fraud team don't refund your money. I've been ripped off several times, and don't click on blue links unless you know who they're from. Because that's how I got a coronavirus link. Click on this link, your coronavirus jab is due. And they took all the money out of my fucking bank account. The whole lot. Anyway, guys, I'm okay. I mean, I don't know what they're filming, whether they're pimps looking for prostitutes trawling behind my back. I haven't got a clue. But when I went out, I was wearing trousers. These. Do I look like I'm on the red light district dressed like this? Do I? Because all we had round the field was a bicycle with a man like my father on it. Bike. Do I look like I'm dressed for the red light district? Do I? Now remember, the Tesco delivery's coming today, and my neighbour's in next door. She's in next door because the flat here is empty. See you later.